afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this video. We have made it back here to Cedar Point for a 2.5 day experience. Unfortunately, last year we did not make it for Siren's Curse, and sadly only missed it by 1 week, so that was kind of painful. And that over there at Top Thrill, that was having all sorts of issues last year. We barely got a ride on that, so it's running, seems to be running reliably right now. Same thing with Siren's Curse. I was looking at the qtimes.com website, and all of the downtimes have been not terrible for all coasters here. So it's about to be a great 2 days here. Cannot wait to get back on all the favorites here. Especially that one, getting on that reliably. I don't want to throw a fit over it this year, but we have made it to Magnum entrance. Now let's kick off our Cedar Point trip and get right into the park. So for those who are unfamiliar, in 2020, our very first ride here at Cedar Point was Magnum XL-200. So it has been a long-standing tradition of ours to do Magnum first. So we are not going to break that tradition today and start our trip here at Magnum.
Attention riders, cell phone use, taking pictures, and filming are prohibited on this ride. Hats, scarves, and other free-flowing clothing must be secured. All loose articles must be secured. Right, may result in injection in the car. Cedar Point is not responsible for loss or damage while riding.
Max 3.
The Max
They can run 3.
Oncoming riders, please enter the train here.
First ride of the trip here on Magnum in the back car, so wasn't too terrible if I might add. Obviously not the magic seat of the front car row 3. That is where it's at on this ride. We just figured we would hop a ride right on here, so it was basically a walk on into the station, but running pretty decent. Obviously still the janky Magnum that I remember. Maybe a little bit worse than I do remember, but still pretty good ride if I might add. So I checked the app, and Top Thrill 2 here is only a 25-minute wait, so we are absolutely going to take advantage of that. This ride is absolutely incredible. Cannot wait to get back on it. Obviously, this has a very strict no loose article policy, so had to put my phone away for the ride, so I guess I'll see you back after our ride here on Top Thrill 2. First ride on Top Thrill 2 of the trip with relative ease. There was a brief delay while we were in line, so wasn't too as smooth as I want it to be, but hey, a ride is a ride, and that was way better than I remember it being last year. Of course, now that I have my thoughts kind of gained on me right now, I kind of know what I want to say about this, and again, even better, if not better than last year. You can really feel the kick on the third launch this year, and it just makes the ride a whole lot better. It also amplifies the fact that we got the front row on this one, so that was kind of cool. So really solid ride on Top Thrill 2. Hoping for more for early entry, either tomorrow or one of the other days. Alrighty, the walls are down. The tilt is, well, about to tilt. Let's see if I can time it here. I think it's just locked in now. It's looking like... There it goes. The tilt is tilting. Riders are on it. It is time to get my first ride here on Siren's Curse. Alright, so a few thoughts. First off, the outside entrance posted at a 30-minute wait. This is the line right here. It is an 8-minute wait right now. I just found that kind of hilarious. But first ride on Siren's Curse. Obviously, we were put in towards the middle rows, although it was kind of towards the back, kind of like row 9-ish out of 12. So not quite towards the back because I just obviously wanted to get that ride done. And that blew everything out of expectations. That was absolutely amazing. I mean, the only downside is I thought the onboard audio would have been a little bit louder, but that is my only critique. Every element of this ride hits, and it's just back to back to back elements. I cannot believe it. So we're gonna bring back a local favorite. Reviewing rides with Dad. So Dad, first ride on Siren's Curse. What do we think?
It was amazing. It was amazing. Just that the first drop off the tilt is just wow.
You can't beat that. You can't get there anywhere else in North America, at least. It's just absolutely incredible. And then people are saying that you don't hang on the tilt. I don't know where they were getting that from, but because you hung there for at least 7 seconds.
Definitely. And then like airtime throughout the whole ride. It was just
relentless.
So fun. Yeah.
That's all we got for Siren's Curse. Just a pure fun ride. Really good addition to the park. Okay, so while we were on Siren's Curse, we noticed that Millennium Force is basically just a ramp wait, which never happens, like, ever on any day. So might as well hop a ride while we are over here. 20 minutes later, got our ride on Millennium Force. I can't remember the last time we did that during the midday and not just during early entry. I mean, it definitely did make a difference. That was probably one of our better Millennium Force rides that we've ever gotten. And I seem to have remembered it very fondly because that was one of the better Millennium Force rides that I've gotten. I guess I was a little too harsh on this ride earlier. I mean, I did think it was I did think it was pretty good last year, but even better this year, especially since we got the back row. So that was that was really good finally getting a midday ride on this. Should be back for more rides here on early entry tomorrow. Made it to Frontier Town. You all know why we are here. There is one and maybe two reasons why to go to Frontier Town, and that is to ride the two best rides in the park. Now, unfortunately, Steel Vengeance has been down a little bit recently. Recently, as in today, it hasn't been like majorly down, but we had just seen them cycle with people, so I would think that line would not be terrible. So that's where we're gonna head over to now and get back on one of the greatest coasters ever built. Oh, she cooking. That was one of the best rides I have ever gotten on this coaster. Front row, absolutely hauling every element in the first half hit. I don't think it trimmed too much on the mid-course, so the second half was, again, even better than the first. That was just incredible. Absolutely worth it to go here at this time of day. Maverick is right here, so might as well hop a ride. I've only got one word to say. Yeehaw! What a ride on Maverick. Absolutely incredible pacing. I don't know if I've actually gotten my full thoughts on camera, but this is just a relentless ride. It doesn't let up at all. Yes, the inversions can be a bit floaty and a little bit of a pacing killer, but I don't care. It is followed up by an absolutely insane and punchy second launch that absolutely shoots you out of that tunnel. And the second half is much better than the first half, and the first half isn't any slouch either. So each does their part for an amazing ride experience. So amazing ride on Maverick. So bad news, Gemini is not racing, unfortunately. It is only running blue side, so that might be a skip for now until they get the red side working again. But I mean, we have to ride it just in case anything does happen to it eventually. But unfortunately, it just might not be racing this time. What a nice grass field that is. Absolutely incredible grass field here. Absolutely nothing wrong with this grass field. Whew, that was a very long walk from Frontier Town here to the front of the park, but as we can see, Valravn is a walk-on. So even more abnormalness coming here at day one of Cedar Point. So absolutely incredible, love that. But we're gonna hop a quick ride on this. just waited the shortest amount of time for Valravn, which is another extremely rare phenomenon you'll get. That was probably one of my better rides here on Valravn. Again, mostly because of the finally getting a front row ride. I know, after all these years, I have never gotten a front row ride on this, so I think that honestly made a difference because all the valleys we're hitting with positive G-forces. Obviously, it isn't as much whippy as like the mini dives like Iron Menace, but still, it packs a punch in my opinion. Although, I would still prefer like Griffin or Sheikra over this one. This is still just as powerful as the other ones, and still pretty decent. So definitely shot up my rankings, but still just a decent little ride it is. Oh boy, it appears that Raptor has unloaded, so something tells me that is not going to be open for the rest of the day. Again, we do have two additional days to get back on this, but it's just unfortunate we couldn't get on it today. But in the meantime, might as well hop on the classic Blue Streak while we are here. Pretty decent ride on Blue Streak. Again, not one that you have to like marathon over and over again. It is nice to just do it once. Again, depending on the car that you sit in and the row you sit in, it can be a bit rougher than others. Obviously, since it is a wooden coaster, it follows the typical wheel and non-wheel seat rules that they usually do, and the wheel seats are very smooth and the non-wheel seats are very rough. So just be aware of that when trying to get on Blue Streak. But again, just don't skip it when coming here to Cedar Point. Can't see it right now, but Gatekeeper is another one that has been stuck on the mid-course for a little bit and is being currently evac. So if I had a nickel for every Cedar Point B&M that evacs today, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Oh well, I guess we can hope that they get it back up tomorrow. The nightlife here at Cedar Point is absolutely wild, but unfortunately not quite night yet. It is about 8:30, so we're gonna wait it out, get a meal here at the Grand Pavilion. Now this is more in line of what I was talking about. So our night ride lineup for today is going to be Millennium Force and Siren's Curse. Gonna have to talk a little loudly because of the copyrighted music, but unfortunately was not able to get the Millennium Force night ride. The operators kind of I'm not gonna blame it on the operators. The train did not advance into the station, and unfortunately we were next on, so that was just unfortunate. Then we did Iron Dragon, and this is a solid night ride, if I might add. The second half really hauls and at night. I don't know what it is. And then obviously had to end the night right here at Siren's Curse. Amazing night ride this is. Cannot beat the lighting effects, especially near the tunnel. And I want to point out this weird S-bend element right here. I'm not gonna call it anything. It's just weird. It's basically a triple down essentially. That is a highlight of the ride in my opinion. And again, everything of this ride is a standout, especially so for that tilt track. You just cannot beat that. But all elements again here are absolutely incredible. But since that was the last ride, gonna start making our way towards Magnum exit. As we make our way to the Top Thrill 2 Midway, that will now conclude day 1 here of our Cedar Point trip. Despite getting here on the later side, around 1 p.m.-ish, very successful day if I had to add. Basically getting on the Big 5, plus getting my first ride on Siren's Curse, and a few other flats here and there. Cannot beat that. That is an absolute recipe for an amazing day. Of course, may not have ended exactly how I wanted with the Millennium Force going down for the night ride. I would still overall call this a successful day. But that will do it for this video. Make sure to stay tuned for the day 2 vlog coming out sometime in the near future. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe for more theme park content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.